insights. Before you buy a home this year, you need to know what's happening behind the headlines. Welcome to the Kevin Yu Toronto Real Estate Show. This episode is for those first-time sellers and those that are looking to move up. What you'll learn today is market insights, buying opportunities, and what to look out for if you're moving up. Here's what the headlines are saying. Prices are cooling. Markets are in shambles. Are we seeing a crash? But what I'll share with you is what's really happening in the Toronto real estate market. What I'm seeing based on facts, not just feelings and not what headlines are telling you. Let's look at the numbers and what not the headlines are telling you, because this is straight facts. Since it's May 1st, April data is out. What I'm looking at right now is what's happening in the Toronto market. This is the 416 area code. What you see in the media sometimes, it's based on the GTA, which is a very big market, because now you're including all the other places that are not in the 416 area. So let's take a look at transaction volume. This is how many transactions happen in April and how it compares to, we look at it from month to month. See in March, these are just looking at freehold as well. We're not looking at all just condos and everything convoluted. So in terms of data wise, we see that transactions have gone up, but it naturally goes up anyways because of the spring market. You see from previous years, March and up, it does naturally go up. And from in 2023, it really went up. So that's one thing that we do know is that the trends are normal right now for the last 2 years. There's nothing that's showing otherwise. You might be hearing things that are different in the media. So the next thing we look at is what's happening with prices. Prices flatlining, are they going up, going down? You can see on average, average as in median prices, the middle number, that prices have come down a little bit from March until April. Other years it has gone up. So is that a trend it's going to last? Was it a little blip as the tariffs affected our real estate market and it's showing signs of it? So this is only one factor of data. We have to look at other aspects to see what is going on. So the other thing that we do want to take a look at is new listings as well. What's happening with new listings? As you can see, here's stats for new listings. And in April, we got 2,800 compared to 2,300 in March. But what happens in previous years? They naturally go up because of the market, the spring market that is. So nothing really to jump out about. But one thing we do want to take a look at that gives us an idea of what's going on is in terms of months of inventory. That tells us how quick the market is. And as it goes up, it tells us that it's changing. And months of inventory, when you're at 4 months of inventory, you're a balanced market. Under 4 months of inventory, seller's market. The lower the number, the more extreme it is. Higher than 4 months, buyer's market. So if it's a buyer's market, then that means things take longer to sell. If it's a seller's market, everything's flying off the shelves. So when we're looking at the data right now, we're looking at freehold. It's inching up. It went up a little bit from March until April. Just a tad, not too much though, but it's still in a seller's market tactically. And as you can see from previous years, March until April, it tends to go up anyways because more inventory. It's very normal. Except for 2023, it was the anomaly for the last 2 years. Okay, so what do we know? We know that we're still in a seller's market for freehold properties. There's nothing has changed drastically from year to year. So let's look at condos because these are where a lot of people are moving up from as well. And when we're looking at condos, you can see months of inventory has increased. And we're sitting in buyer's market, right? And we're looking at prices. Prices have flatlined, essentially. They even came down a little bit. And then we're looking at new listings are still increasing. Condo market, it's quiet right now. Things that are selling are ones that are very valued. Look at condo townhouses. Condo townhouses as a whole as well. They're increasing in volume. And months of inventory for condo townhouses, you can see, sitting at essentially buyer's market as well. So anyone that's moving on up, you probably most likely need to sell first before you buy. It's very risky if you have a condo townhouse and you're upgrading. But based on what's happening, because not everything is flying off the shelves, even though it is a seller's market in the freehold category, there are some opportunities I'm seeing right now. So let's look at the west side, especially if you're upgrading from a condo or condo townhouse, and you could buy in the $1.5 million range. So if you can buy in the $1.5 million range and look on the west side, there's opportunity like these sort of homes that have been sitting in the market for the last 58 days. If you're open to living in these like Babby Point, which is a great neighborhood just north of Bloor West Village. You could be walking distance to the subway. Probably takes about 20 minutes or so. Then have opportunities like this. This one's a little bit. It's not my favorite pocket of Babby Point, but you know what? If you're looking to upgrade from a condo or condo townhouse, it'd be a good upgrade. There's other homes as well, though, that have been sitting for a while. Look at this one in the Junction. This one in the Junction is not too bad. It shows very well. Has one parking spot. Again, moving up, you still can't be very picky if your budget's limited, but obviously match what you're looking for. And a lot of times people are moving up because they want space, want to stay in the similar neighborhoods, and there's opportunities right now. Like I'm seeing like a few of these ones, and this one as well. This one has a garage, 3-bedroom, 2 baths, and 3.5 car not 3.5 car garage, 3.5 parking spaces. So not too bad in terms of areas, right? So there's definitely opportunities right now. So what are the strategies I'd be using right now if I was looking to move up? Well, one, see what your needs are. What pains are you dealing with right now? Do you need that home office? Are you growing your family? Do you need more storage? Like these are things that you should be thinking about what you need in your next home, not just like more square footage. Obviously that comes naturally, but you have to see what you really need as a family. Next, look at some areas. I would be focused on some homes that are not very close to the subway because those ones usually fly off the shelves and you have to pay a premium on. If you're open to value, I'll look a little bit further from the subway. There are homes that are about 15, 20-minute walk to the subway, which have lots of things, but without that hefty price tag. So areas in East York on the east side. On the west side, like I said, Babby Point, one of them. Upper Junction, or you want to call it towards Dundas, is another as well. So there's a little pockets right now that have value and things are not flying off the shelves where you could come in with even financing conditions or home inspections, which was unheard of a few years ago. And check how much equity you have in your condo or condo townhouse. If you owned it for about 5 years or so, you should have built out a significant amount of equity, even though it's not as high as it was in terms of in 2022 before all the rates increased. You still have a good chunk of money to move forward. And you remember, it's about net. How much money are you saving on the buy? Because these homes that you're looking at, they're in the $1.5 million range right now, or at 1.7 or 1.8 at one time. So what does this mean for buyers and first-time home sellers? It's an interesting market. You take advantage of opportunities because there are a lot of opportunities right now. You do strategic moves up, and every buyer and seller is different. So this is just a general commentary about what really is going on. But in reality, what you really need to do is sit down and chat. We're happy to sit down and strategize with you, see if there's any opportunities for you to do that move up. You could book a strategy call with me below. There's a link below. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe and like this video. I'll see you next time.